Sarvatvarani samyama means sense control. That is, block all the sense organs. I mean, direct it to the mind. Mano hridi nirudhyacha. The mind should be focused on the heart. Now, the heart here is not the pumping heart. Here, the heart is a sort of a golakam where the consciousness can stay. That means ultimately, when all the thoughts abide in the hridi, heart, at that time we have become one with Atman. That is the kala. That is called the heart. That means there are two sides for the heart. One is giving the emotions and all qualities and gunas and all that. The other is, it is his own swarupa, consciousness. Everyone has got a consciousness, and we are that consciousness is part of the totality, macro consciousness. That is also called as self. When I say self-realization, it is nothing but realizing my Atma inside, and also understanding that Atma is not separate from the totality. That is Paramatma. So Paramatma and Atma, they are one and the same. In the individual, it is expressed as heart. So that is what he says, Mano hridi nirudhyacha. Then Mudri adaya atmanaha. Mudri means the top of the head. Pranam, that means the energy should be brought to the first to the between the two eyebrows, and from there it has to go to the top of the head. Astito yoga dharana. That is good. Yoga dharana is staying steadfastly in that position, focusing, concentrated mind. Sarvatvarani samyamya manohridi nirudhyacha mudri adaya atmanaha pranam astito yoga dharanam. Looking at this, it is, somebody will say it is very difficult. I don't want to continue the Gita study and all that, because how is it possible that I can bring my prana on top of the head? Then how can I control my sense organs? How can I control my mind, the thoughts and feelings? So that means all these things looks impossible. But Bhagavan says there is one method for you. Think of Om. Omityekaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Mam Anusmaranye Yaprayati Tyajanteham Sayati Paramam Gatim. So this is the 13th shloka. Om iti eka aksharam Brahma Vyaharan. That means go on contemplating, meditating on the Om. Mam Anusmaranye. Always remembering me. Yaha prayati tyajanti deham. The one who leaves this body, sayati paramam gatim. So he has given a simple method of chanting Om, Omkara. Why is he talking about Omkara, chanting Omkara? If you talk a word like Vasudeva means Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. So every word has an object. That is in the spiritual field. But when you talk about Omkara, Omkara has no object. Omkara is a pranava mantra which can be used in two ways. One, we can use it as to attain Saguna Brahma, that is Dhyanam. Go on doing Dhyanam, meditation of Omkara, and you will get Saguna Brahma. The other is to contemplation of Omkara. When you contemplate on Omkara, Vichara, you will know that Omkara contains Eka Aksharam. Eka Aksharam means Om is Eka Aksharam. Actually, it comprises of A, U, A, U, waking state, dream state, and the sleep state, deep sleep state. So these three states are represented by A, U, that is called Om. But it is a single Ekaksharam. It also represents Brahma. We have seen earlier Brahma. What is the meaning of Brahma? Brahma means it can be Vedas. Vedas are also called Brahma. Omkara is also called Brahma. A Brahmin is also called Brahma. Saguna Brahma or Nirguna Brahma. So all these represent Brahma. So when you do vichara of, that is jnana marga, vichara of Omkara, you will get jnanam, ultimate jnanam. That is Brahman. You will get Brahma. So the Omkara is a pranava mantra which is very widely used by all the sannyasa ashramas. See, for example, I was talking to one of the sannyasis in Sringeri Math. So I told him that how do you spend your day? He got his sannyasa from his guru, and then he was telling me that I am supposed to do so many number of pranava mantra during the day. I mean, he is continuously remembering and chanting pranava mantra, Om. Also in the case of Karma Kanda, there we are using it as Om is always used as a syllable. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Krishnaya, Om Vasudevaya, Om Mahalakshmi Namaha. That means that Om is again representing the totality. So Pranava Mantra, Om Ityeka Aksharam Brahma, Vyaharan, Mam Anusmaran. So here don't divert your mind into any other activities, but all the time think of me. I am Ishvara, I am Bhagavan, I am God. Mam Anusmaran. Always 124/7 think of it. What will happen to him? Yap prayati tyajanti deham. When he leaves this body, sayati paramam gatim. He attains me only. Sayati paramam gatim. The previous two shlokas, they are very scary way of doing it. Bring the pranava to the between the eyebrows or to the top of the head. Control the mind, control the indriyas. Somebody can say, we are all busy people, how can we do all this? But now Bhagavan says, it is very simple. Think of only Om, chant Om. Do all the activities, but at the back of the mind, that Om chanting should be in your mind. Again, in the next sloka, he makes it still easier. Ananya chetaha satatam yomam smarti nityashaha tasyaham sulabhaha partha nitya yuktasya yoginaha. Ananya chetaha satatam. First I take the word Ananya chetaha. Anya Chetaha means think of everything other than Bhagavan. That is called Anya Chetaha. Ananya Chetaha means only thought should be Bhagavan. Concentrated on the Lord's name. Ananya Chetaha. Our Nana Nani's holding company's name is Ananya Shelters Private Limited. Ananya means she has got a concentrated point to serve the senior citizens. That is her motto, Uma Maheshwari's motto. Ananya Chetaha. Also in the 9th chapter, he has also very, very clearly said, Ananyas Chintayan Stoma Ye Janaha Pariyupasate Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Mahamyakam. Ananyas Chintayan Stoma. Ma means me. Think of me all the time. Then what will I do? I will protect you. I will give you Yogakshema. I will give you whatever you want, and I will also protect you. That is the end of the bhakti, ultimate bhakti. So here he says, this is the easiest method. He says, Tasyaham Sulabhaga Partha. Tasyaham Sulabhaga Partha means the one who has a focused mind, concentrated mind, he does not think of any other thing. Ananya Chetaha. Smarati, Mam Smarati. Think of me. But how should he think? There are two adjectives given for that thinking. Satatam. Satatam means continuous thinking, not, in bits and pieces. Continuous thinking. And again, he has used another word, Nityashaha. Every day, Nityashaha. So continuous thinking, Nityashaha. Nityashaha means for a long period of time, Dirgha Kalam. Nowadays, we are all fast food culture. So we want everything in a fraction of a second. But here it is not possible, he says. You have to practice this meditation of Omkara or whatever your Ishtadevata, Rama or Krishna or Bhagavati or Lalita, whatever it is. But you have to 24/7, it should be in your mind, where we should never forget at any point of time. Normally, somebody says, I've been practicing, I'm attending Vedanta classes and all that for a long period of time, 15 years now. But if you ask him, yes, whenever any Swamiji comes to Coimbatore, then I attend his lecture. That may be once in a year. But Dirgha Kalam, he has attended 15 years. Yes, see, in the case of Ayyappa Puja Sangam, Nochur Venkatraman was coming for the last 18 years, and this last year he completed the 18th chapter. Sorry, this year, 18th chapter. That is Dirgha Kalam, he has listened to it, but he has not continuous practice. Here he is not talking about that one. It should be a 24/7 meditation. Now, what will happen to him? That is more important. Tasyaham Sulabhapata Nitya Yuktasya Yoginaha. Nitya Yuktasya Yoginaha means well integrated personality. All his sense organs, mind, ahankara, intellect, everything is well coordinated. Integrated person means everything thinks of the same thing. That means there's a constant object to continue, perceive. Now, what is the benefit? What benefit we get? Now, You take a runner. He is a he is running very fast. Why he is running very fast? Because he want to get some sort of physical strength, exercise. But certain things happen without his knowledge. His heart will be pumping very fast. You can see him. When you run for in a high speed, walking, you may not know that, but when you even fast walking, your breath will start beating faster, faster and faster. But that happens. It is not deliberate. It is part of that activity. Similarly, when you do dhyanam, continuous dhyanam, integrated dhyanam, without thinking any other activities, what will happen is that automatically whatever disciplines have been told in the earlier verses will automatically come to you. I mean, you don't have to do any practice. Sense control will come automatically. The prana will be under your control. The mind will be under your control. The intellect will be under your control. I mean, no effort is required from your side. For example, we have a train with some 20 bogies. Once the engine starts moving, the bogies also got moving. The bogies are not taking any effort to move. But because of the power of the engine moving, the bogies are also moving. So these are all thinking automatically. So similarly, if somebody asks, what will I get if I continuously meditate on Omkara or my Ishta Devata? The benefits will be indirect. I mean, you don't have to do any effort. You don't have to put any effort. It is automatic. That is how it has been designed. But the only thing is you should be sincere, continuous practice over a period of long time. All these things we are not able to do today. That is the problem. Yesterday we had seen a Kathak dance at our clubhouse by Sumana. Beautiful presentation of Kathak dance. One of the most difficult of all the dances. But he has put lot of efforts to perfect this particular art. That means he has practiced it day in and day out to give such a presentation. Not only here, he has been presenting this to all the other places also. So that means anything is available, acceptable, possible by continuous practice. Take the case of driving. When you want to learn driving, it seems very difficult in the beginning. But once you learn driving, what happens? It is a pleasure. You enjoy driving. The happiness you had at the beginning of the learning driving, they're all gone, completely gone. Nowadays, what happens is big business deals are done while driving only. So that means one side he is driving, the other side he is talking about business and closing a big business deal. Both are possible at the same time because he has two minds. One is a deeper mind and the other is a surface mind. Like in the case of waves, in the ocean, if you go and see, the bottom of the ocean absolutely no movement at all, still. But on the surface, the waves come, bubbles come. But it comes and goes. It is not permanent, temporary. So similarly, a lady, she has been listening to Vishnu Sahasranama for a long time. She has completely memorized. Her mouth will be gone chanting Vishnu Sahasranama, whatever she does. She may be doing cooking. Cooking she has been doing for so many years. So one part of the mind is reciting the Vishnu Sahasranama and the other side of the mind is attending to the cooking. Same thing in the case of driving. What happens to the driving? The inner mind is concentrating on business, and the surface mind is looking at the traffic. What traffic comes, how to drive, where to put the brake, where to slow the speed, all that thing the surface mind is doing. So the meditation, if I have to do a continuous meditation, recitation for a long period of time, the benefits are really plenty. Another example is typewriter. Of course, now typewriter is no more there, but you can see the computer keyboard. There are people, they will not look at the keyboard, but they will go on typing. How is it possible? In the beginning, it is difficult, but he learns the art. If I have to do that typing on my computer, I have to look at each, where is A, where is Q, where is S, where is T. Of course, over a practice of time, I know where it is, but some people even find it difficult to find out. So practice makes perfect. So when you say it is hard, why you say hard? There are two reasons. Hard is because you have no interest on that. Absolutely no interest. If you have got severe, intense interest, tivra icha, mumukshu is called moksha icha. I want to get liberation. I want to be freed from this birth and death cycle. It is nothing but sorrowful affair. So if I have that intense desire, mumukshatvam, then I can get it provided I know what it is. That means I should have a keen interest. If there is no keen interest, I will not learn driving, I will not learn typing, I will not learn this Kathak dance, or I will not learn. See, to sit 1 hour in the class to attend to this lecture, there should be some interest. If interest is not there, it will be a boredom, total boredom. So that is the first requirement. That means I should have a keen interest. For example, if you ask a student in mathematics, he says mathematics is very easy for me. But another boy says mathematics is the toughest problem. The same subject, for one it is hard, for one it is easy. Why? Because the one who says easy, he has an interest. If he has no interest, then he will not study. So that is the first thing to make it easy. The second is you need a eligibility. See, everybody cannot go and attend to the Veda classes or lecture classes, Gita study classes and all that, because you should have some eligibility. That is, one is Icha, desire. The other is that there should be some background information available that if I study this, I will be able to get liberation, moksha, or whatever it is. So eligibility. Suppose there is a well-qualified student in the 5th standard. The teacher says, you are very brilliant. I will promote you to instead of 6th class, 7th standard. At the 7th standard, he will find it difficult. He may not score any of those marks. But if he goes to the 6th standard, he will do well because he has got a background, preparation. So that means the easy or hard depends upon your qualification, eligibility, yogyata, and again the interest, desire. What type of interest? Is a surface interest or a deep interest? So these makes that what Krishna says here. Tasyaham sulabha partha nitya yuktasya yoginaha. So an integrated person who is not wasting his time in various other thinking or activities, satatam, continuously, nityashaha, every dirghakalam, for a long period of time, mam smaranti. Mam smaranti, he remembers me. If he remembers me, this is applicable even for our normal day-to-day activities. You will find, if there are 100 students in the class, a few of them are really shining well. The other are okay, mediocre. Some people don't listen at all. because then they go for private tuition or so many things. But the one who keenly listens to the teacher, he need not do any homework afterwards. He will shine by automatically. So Gita is giving a method. That means, and again, as I told you, once you are an adept, expert in gaining this meditation knowledge, jnanam, all the other obstacles will automatically go and other things will happen. You don't have to work for it. So that means Lord Krishna assures Arjuna that you please concentrate on this particular, that is to get your mind elevated to Brahmajnanam, Brahma Vidya. Then once you know that I am Brahman, I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not this intellect, automatically I will do my Sodharma. What is my Sodharma? Protection of sadhus. Paritranaya sadhuna. Then I will do my job, allotted job. Satriya's job is to protect dharma. So that for that I have to fight the war, adharma war, and win and establish dharma. So that means Krishna is trying to instill confidence in Arjuna that everything is easy, everything is possible, everything has got certain, what you call as ultimate end. So, by killing my grandfather and teacher, you are not going to get any power. That's what Arjuna's problem. But now, slowly, his mind is getting educated. Educated in the sense that this war is a war of dharma versus adharma. So, establish dharma. That is your dharma, sodharma. Sodharme nidhanam shreyaha. That's what he says in the later chapter. In all these things, ananya bhakti. That means our bhakti should not be divided. What do I say by me dividing the bhakti? I go to temple, I worship Bhagavan, but my worship is not for getting Bhagavan, but for getting some worldly objects. My children should be happy, my son should get admission, or my daughter should get married. These are all the petty requests we go and ask. Bhagavan can give everything. So why ask him? He knows also. He is a Sarvatnya. When I say moksha or liberation from death birth cycle, it is nothing but my sadhana, my instrument of action, and my sadhyam, the ultimate goal, both are Bhagavan. I mean, I use Bhagavan and to achieve Bhagavan. I use Bhagavan to achieve Bhagavan. Sadhyam and sadhanam, they are one and the same. That is called moksha. Now what happens is, I use Bhagavan, but I want some worldly objects. It's a common parlance. So that's what he says, Mam Anusmaran Nityashaka Satatam Ananya Chetasa. So all these qualifications are required. There may be no distraction in the mind. My goal is mumukshutva. I want to get liberation from this particular thing. Okay, I use bhakti, omkara. How long I should do omkara? That is another question. How long I should do dhyanam or these activities? For that, Bhagavan says is, once you are using the mind for the dhyanam, when I want to recite omkara, I am using my mind only. So I use the mind, omkara, reciting omkara, and then what do? I reach Bhagavan. I have reached my end of the journey, moksha. Then what you should do? give the mind. Then there is no recitation is required. Once you are united, aikyam with Bhagavan, then you don't have to continue meditation, japa. This is similar to, you might have seen the sports. There is one sport is pole vault. So they use as a pole, then a bar is kept at a slightly higher level, and using the pole, he crosses to the other side, but he is not taking, because the pole has given him the support, but he is not carrying the pole, he leaves the pole. That means he has reached the other end. So once he has reached the other end, the pole is of no use to him for the pole vaulter. Similarly here, when I do meditation and dhyanam, and I receive my ultimate goal, moksham, then this dhyanam is not required. That means you have become aikyam. The Atma and Jivatma and Paramatma has become aikyam. When you have dived into the heart, that is the language they use, dived into the heart. Heart is where Bhagavan is representative is there. One has to really think about it, because we are using Bhagavan today on a business way of activity. Nobody goes to the temple and say, I want you. If Bhagavan is with you, then Bhagavan can give everything. He is the base for all. He is the security. He can give you whatever you want. He wants to give you moksham, yes. You want worldly things, yes. But we want only small, silly things from him. If you ask a child, you give him you show him a 500 rupee note and a few chocolates. The child will pick up only the chocolates, because that is what he's liking. Because he has no knowledge of that 500 rupees can buy so many chocolates. We are doing the same thing with the Bhagavan. Bhagavan says, I can give everything if you ask for me. That's what Arjuna did when Arjuna and Duryodhana, both went to Krishna to take his help. And then Krishna said, okay, both of you have come, I will help you. But for one, the two conditions are, one, I will just come and I will not take any astras, armaments. And the other is, I can give all my armies to somebody else. So Duryodhana wanted the army, Arjuna wanted Krishna. So that is why the cleverness, the intelligent picking up. So this is what we should do. The bhakti is stressed very, very highly here. Ananya bhakti, that is also. That means no more distraction from any of these things. Ananya chetaha satatam yomam smrti nityashaha tasyaham sulabhaha partha nitya yuktasya yoginaha. So he has given a methodology. Then what happens? Mamupetya punarjanma dukkale mashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanaha samsiddhim paramam gataha. He is again explaining further the various benefits, advantages. Mam upetya punarjanma na apnuvanti. Mam upetya, after getting me, punarjanma na apnuvanti. You will not get rebirth in this world, in this samsara. Ye mahatmanaha, O great soul, samsiddhim paramam gataha. Samsiddhim is moksha. So one has got moksha, paramam gataha. That is the superlative. That is the ultimate what each one of us are looking for. Mam upetya punarjanma na apnuvanti ye mahatmanaha samsiddhim paramam gataha. So he is giving the glory of moksha. If I get Brahma Vidya, if I get moksham, liberation, what is the glory? That I will not be born again and again in this samsara. So freedom from samsara, provided you get Bhagavan in your side. Maam anusmara, all the time he says. How? Satatam nityashaha, ananya cheta. So these three terms, very easy to follow. There's nothing technical about it, or you have to go to a guru or X, Y, Z. No. Catch hold of one name and cling to that particular name, and one day Bhagavan will automatically, you will become Bhagavan. If you don't do that, what happens? He is also giving the difficulties and problems of samsara. What does he say? You don't follow this. The samsara is dukkadayam, ashashvatam. Dukkadayam and ashashvatam. Ashashvatam means only transient, temporary. You will not get permanent peace at all. And dukkhalayam. Dukkhalayam, you have heard about Vidyalayam, Aushadalayam, Devalayam. We have, when we say Devalayam, it is a temple. When you say Vidyalayam, it is a school. When you say Aushadalayam, it's a medical shop. But here he says Dukkhalayam. Dukkhalayam means a temple for all the diseases. Temple for all the diseases. So diseases also need a place to show its outcome, and that is our body. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi has called it Roga Mantiram. Roga means sickness. Roga Mantiram. Here he is using Dukkhalayam. When do we feel it is called a Dukkhalayam? In the earlier days, younger days, we will not, because we are full of energy, full of good health, and we are very active. And at that time, we don't feel any sickness. But when you become old age, senior citizen, at that time, every sickness starts showing. Jara, Marana, Dukkha. In old age is the place where all our diseases are exhibited. Various types of diseases. That is why it is called a Dukkhalayam. Now, you may wonder why Bhagavan is talking so openly that this is a Rogamandiram or Dukkhalayam. We should get Vairagyam, dispassion. That means whatever we are so-called enjoying, which is nothing but transitory, but then you should get a dispassion. That this is not going to be the end of my journey, because I will go on getting rebirth, punarjanmam. Punarjanma means rebirth. It is nothing but you go on falling into down to Patala Loka, Naraka Loka, you could call it. So if you want a redemption from that, then better you do meditation, japa, Brahma Vidya. That means from Dukkhalayam, try to go to Devalayam through Vidyalayam. So that is what he is understanding here. And again, it is transitory, ashashvatam. Number of places in Gita, they have already said, especially in the 14th chapter, he has said, Gunan etan atityathrin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu jara dukkaihi vimukto amurtam ashnute. Janma mrityu dukkaihi vimuktaha amrutam achyute. Amrutam is immortality. So if you want to reach immortality, then you have to get rid of this janma, mrityu, jara, dukkha. And that is possible by bhakti. Bhakti means clinging to Bhagavan. I don't want anything else other than Bhagavan, 24/7. That means my sadhana is also, I use Bhagavan. My sadhyam is also Bhagavan. So if that is possible, then I get redemption from Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkha. Now that are, how does the Dukkham comes? From three sources. You know, in all our Upanishad mantras and all that, finally we'll say Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Three times we say Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. The first Shanti is Adhyatmikam. Adhyatmikam means the diseases come within, from me only, from my body. Headache, fever, toothache. All these aches are coming because of the body. Adhyatmikam. Adhyatmikam. So I want a remedy from that Adhyatmikam, that is for one peace, Shanti. Second is Adi Bhautikam. Adi Bhautikam means the prapancha, the outside. You have no control over the outside. When I say outside means, suppose you are living in a place here, your neighbor is making a big noise every day till 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock, they are not allowing you to sleep. That is Adi Bhautikam. So that is the second nature of this thing. There, the only remedy is that either you close the door, put some soundproof things and all that, or vacate that place. So Adi Bhautikam. The next is Adi Daivatam. Adi Daivatam means cosmic. You have no control over the weather, heavy rain, flooding. We have seen what happened recently in Bangalore. One Infosys engineer, he got caught in the tunnel, which is full of water, and he died there. That is Adi Daivikam. So these three areas, possibilities, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So peace from Adhyatmikam, peace from Adi Daivikam, peace from Adi Bhautikam. That is, they are all controllable. It is not that you cannot avoid it. So from Bhoga, all diseases come without any invitation. In the old age, you don't have to invite the sickness. It will come automatically. It happens, you know. That's what I said. It happens. So what should you do? We should have, from Bhoga Buddhi, we should go to Yoga Buddhi. From Bhoga Buddhi to Yoga Buddhi. Yoga Buddhi means happiness. So if I go to, so Bhoga Buddhi. So we should have Vairagyam. We should develop Vairagyam. That is why these shlokas are also indicating the highlight of the samsara is because this samsara has all the problems in the world. So if you want to get rid of this problem, listen to Gita teaching, whatever is the teaching given by Gita. And they are very simple. After all, meditation on a particular name with devotion is not that difficult at all. But unfortunately, our mind is not allowing that to happen because of various other distractions. cell phone is one cell phone is enough to distract everything every day. So if somebody can practice, okay, I will not use the cell phone from 12 o'clock in the afternoon till next day morning. That is a tapas. That is a tapas. So slowly, these withdrawal will come automatically once you have reached the peak of your bhakti. You don't have to voluntarily do it, suppress it. Sublimation will come automatically. Now he says in the next sloka, 16th, Avabrahma Bhuvanan Lokaha Punaravartino Arjunaha Mamupetyatu Kaunteya Punarjanma Na Vidyate. Abrahma Bhuvanan Lokaha Lokaha. That means up to the Brahmaloka. Brahmaloka is supposed to be the highest pleasure-giving loka. Brahma loka, Bhuvana lokaha, Punaravartino Arjuna. You will come back, Arjuna. Punaravarti means you will return. Whereas Mam Upetya to Kaunteya. Otherwise, if you reach me, Mam Upetya, after getting me, Kaunteya, Punarjanma na vidyate. There is no rebirth at all. If one gets bhakti and attain Bhagavan. So if you attain God, attaining Bhagavan is not, he is far away from me. I go to him and then I bring him to my house. That is not the case here. By jnanam, now we are ignorant of Bhagavan. We are ignorant of Bhagavan. So get jnanam. Jnanam is where you can get jnanam, Bhagavad Gita. Shravana, Manana, Nidityasanam. And for that your mind has to be purified. That is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means that I am doing all my activities for the sake of Bhagavan. And whatever Bhagavan is giving me, it is his prasada. So if you have this attitude, then you have a control over Ragadvesha. No Ragadvesha can come and trouble you. And then you will get this mukti. You will get eligibility to jnanam, then mananam. Doubts are all removed. So all these things will happen automatically, provided your mind is pure, and then you get into Jnana Yoga. So he says, whichever loka you go, there are 14 lokas. See, in our Sandhyavandanam and all that we say, when we say pranayama, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Magaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyaha. 7 lokas has been mentioned. All these 7 lokas are gradually increasing in happiness, pleasure giving. Satya Loka is Brahma Loka. So even in Brahma Loka, you will not get this jnanam. So for jnanam, there are only 2 places. Our present human birth. That's why we always say Narajanma Stuti. Narajanma Stuti. It is very difficult to get a human birth. And after getting this human birth, Bhagavan is lashing us with a whip. Don't waste. Use it profitably. And do not waste. But even after getting the lashings, we say, Bhagavan, I will come later. I have other priorities in my life. So let me complete all the priorities and then come to you. But that is not the case, because where you have pleasure, you have to develop vairagya. So even if you go to Brahmaloka, there everything is pleasant only, pleasure giving. Nothing gives you any sorrow, grief. Why not I stay there itself? That is not the case, because if you want to get, because once your punyam is over, from Brahmaloka you have to come down. Chine Punya Matya Logam Vishanti. That he talks in 9th chapter. So that means this Narajanma is one place, the other is Brahma Loka, where Brahmaji will teach you Jnana Yoga, and then you get free. You will become free. So these two lokas only are available. All the other lokas, we have got 7 lokas down below up to Patala. That is called, we call it Naraka. So the upper lokas are pleasure giving, lower lokas are sorrowful. We are in the middle. Buhu. In Bhuloka, we have an opportunity because we have been given a mind and intellect. Mind is nothing but expressing love to Bhagavan. And intellect is nothing but value. I value Bhagavan the most. And once the Bhagavan, now I love Bhagavan, but we should also see that Bhagavan loves you. If Bhagavan is not loving, because Bhagavan knows what all akramam we have done in past janmas, past areas, and because he knows your mind. We think that, yes, apparently when I go to temple, I offer 108 modakas or this or that. But that is not the criteria for Bhagavan. Bhagavan has his own scale. And then he will decide whether I should save him, I should love him, I should support him. So that is left to the Bhagavan. So we should be credit worthy to get the attention of Bhagavan. We may go to Bhagavan, but he knows all of you, all about you. So he should know you that you are a pious person, you have jnanam, you have vairagyam, you have dispassion, you have crossed all the gunas, sattva, raja, tama guna, gunatita. So all these criteria, he decides your future. So here, if you look at all these slokas up to 16, he started with what happens to the man when he leaves the earth body, what he will think of at that time. Prayana kale, what he will do at the time of death. But Bhagavan says, he should remember me. If he remember me, and if you recite my name at the time of death, he will get Punya Lokam, Brahma Lokam. And that he will be liberated from this world. From Jara, Marana, Dukkha, Vimukta, he will be free from all these process. That is the Jiva. So, the main thing is that bhakti is the easiest method by which one can achieve moksha. Moksha means liberation from this samsara chakra. That is punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. So if you want to get out of this circle, depend on Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the only source who can give you this assurance. He promises also. So with this, we close today. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om. I want to make one announcement. Next Thursday, most of us have to attend a wedding in one of our members' grandson. So instead of the Thursday class, I will take it on Friday, next Friday. So 1 day delay instead of Thursday. I will send you a note information, but please note this. Next Friday is the next class. Hari Om.